Did Neanderthals and Homo sapiens ever have a conversation? We know they met, we know they interbred, some even lived in the same region for thousands of years. But how did two different human species actually communicate? For decades, Neanderthals were dismissed as unintelligent cavemen who could do little more than grunt. Today, many scientists believe that picture couldn't be further from the truth. The archaeology tells a totally different story. Their sites have turned up clothes, jewelry, weapons, well built shelters, and in more recent finds, art and signs of ritual. That kind of material strongly suggests sophisticated communication, making complex tools, caring for injured group members, and creating symbolic objects all require planning, cooperation, and the ability to share ideas. Many researchers now believe Neanderthals were far more cognitively sophisticated than once thought, and may have approached early Homo sapiens in several aspects of intelligence. New discoveries have revealed clues hidden in ancient bones, tools, and even the shape of their throats, clues that may completely change how we think about one of our closest relatives. The anatomy lines up too. Neanderthals actually had slightly larger brains on average than modern humans. That doesn't necessarily mean they were more intelligent, because brain organization matters far more than brain size. In the early 2000s, a group of paleontologists led by Ignacio Martinez had an idea. Because speech doesn't fossilize, they went after the next best thing, the ears. They took high resolution CT scans of Neanderthal fossils and built 3D virtual models of their inner ear structures. They did the same for modern humans and for much older hominids. Then they ran simulations to see what frequencies each ear was best at hearing. Neanderthal ears were nothing like their ancestors. Their bandwidth was much wider and almost identical to ours. Their hearing was particularly sensitive in the frequency range that carries many consonant sounds, which are essential for distinguishing words in human speech. So, based on the researchers' models, Neanderthals had the auditory equipment necessary for communication. Hearing was only part of the picture. Scientists also looked at whether Neanderthals could physically produce speech. They already had the hyoid bone, and unlike most bones, it doesn't connect directly to any other bone. Instead, it supports the muscles involved in speaking and swallowing. They could have produced all the sounds in that frequency range, like we can. There does not seem to be any difference in their ability to produce speech sounds. Their anatomy suggests they were physically capable of producing a wide range of speech sounds. So maybe they were capable of saying hello or okay if those utterances had any meaning for them. One of the most important studies came in 2010, where the Neanderthal genome was successfully sequenced, and researchers found that people of non African descent carry about 2% Neanderthal DNA, with some East Asian populations even higher. I know the numbers are small, but this is huge if you really think about it. This genetic overlap proves that our ancestors didn't just cross paths occasionally, they interbred regularly and even lived side by side in mixed communities. So Neanderthals were not the dim-witted cavemen we thought they were. I mean, coming together, forming relationships, and having children would almost certainly have required some level of communication, whether through speech, gestures, or both. A recent study on 3 female Neanderthals suggested the pattern wasn't even. Female Homo sapiens and male Neanderthals paired up more often than the other way around, and that preference actually helped shape the modern human genome. Taken together, the genetic and fossil evidence makes a solid case that these two groups found some way to interact and communicate. Whether they truly understood one another, though, is a much harder question. They likely read each other's basic emotional signals: aggression, fear, submission, friendliness, the way many social species do. But recognizing an expression isn't the same as grasping the intent behind it, and that gap may never close for us as outsiders looking back. So, did the Neanderthals communicate with Homo sapiens? The evidence suggests they probably did. Neanderthals weren't the silent, dim-witted cavemen they were once believed to be. Their anatomy, genetics, and behavior all point to a species capable of sophisticated communication. Whether their communication amounted to a language as rich and flexible as ours is something we may never know. But if a Neanderthal had stood in front of you 50,000 years ago, there's a good chance the two of you would have found a way to understand each other. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos exploring the mysteries of human history and evolution. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.